What's going on? Back plugged in again. What your boy the Prophet? Hey yo, what's the word? What's the move? What's the play? Hope you guys having a great day or night. And you know I'm gonna get you right. So man, listen, like I promised y'all, part 2 of the biggest changes in Bleach Brave Souls history. Got a great list for you guys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to make some discussions. And make sure you guys wait in the comment section. Let me know what changes you feel impacted the game the most. What would you like maybe to, go back to the old ways, if anything? Or, are you glad that you never had to play with certain things? But we about to get it popping. I hope you guys do the content. Let's get it lit. Trash.
What would you do for the come up? I see a lot of niggas switching for the come up. They left a nigga down bad, I had to come up. And hustle from the night down into the sun up. I had to switch up, nigga, no I ain't mad at you. I just had to come up and look at just what that bag could do. I charged into the game cause I said I won't complain. Ain't been no sunny days, I had to get it out the rain. Look.
Back plugged in again. Hold that explosion, y'all. Alright, so like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get back plugged in again. And so our topic today is part 2 of the biggest changes to Bleach Brave Souls. And I'll go ahead and start off with something that was just absolutely monumental for account progression and just playing the game, just a quality of life function that we needed so badly. Y'all not gonna believe this. There are 2 things, okay? First of all, changes to re-rolling, all right? Back in the day, rolls were not restrictive whatsoever. That means that an item like a chappy, you could get spiritual pressure on a chappy. But a chappy reduces spiritual pressure to 0. So back then, it was possible to roll 30 SP on an item that takes a certain stat to 0. Same with the Yuki and Pupples. You used to be able to roll focus on the Yuki and Pupples, which is just absolutely worthless because they take away focus. But those are pretty much the main things that actually were restricted and what the roll was. But yeah, so another thing that you guys will not believe is you did not have the option of picking your choice when you re-rolled an accessory. So I'll just say that once more. That meant that if you were re-rolling, if you re-rolled, but yeah, you were using 5-star, you were using your trash 5-star items to re-roll. So if you got like, a headband or, something that you didn't need at a 5-star and a color you didn't need at all, you would just use that to re-roll another item. Well, you didn't get the choice back in the day. So back in the day, if I'd had 20 attack and the roll that I got with 12 stamina, you were automatically stuck with 12 stamina. There was no choice. So if you had 20 SP or 20 attack, 20 focus, 30 focus, whatever it was, if you re-rolled it, it was gone. There was no chance to try again. You had to use other materials to re-roll it. So there was a chance that you could have something with a 20 SP or 30 SP, use 30 re-rolls, and you never get that same stat again or better. So yeah, that was a very dark, bleak time for re-rolling. Back in those days, if you got 20 SP or 20 attack, you just moved on to the next item. There was no need, and nobody was really trying to get 30 everything. Of course, if it happened, then yeah, that's how you would have a god tier account back in the day. But yeah, so that was actually very, very crazy. One thing that they added recently that I would say that I am a huge fan of is the ads, the daily ads. So I can't show you guys right now, but yeah, so of course you guys know what the ads are. The ads let you double your rewards in some cases, double your experience, as well as get an additional 10 soul tickets twice a day. So an additional 20 soul tickets a day, free ad summons, which that's good for character fodder, especially if you're like a new account, like, it's good. You're getting 3 stars, you're getting 4 stars. Okay, they're free, 1 a day, no big deal. Now the ads are a really, really huge thing that they added. In my personal opinion, that was kind of like a quality of life thing, because with that came with, you know, the passport. Not that I'm not including that or whatever, but yeah, the ads came with a lot of stuff that really helped the game. Like I said, you know, 60% experience boost and 20 extra tickets a day, free daily summons. I think the ads were pretty much a win in total. And something that this is really going to kill a lot of you guys. Guild Quest used to be completely different. So the Guild Quest that we know now, it's essentially, you know, a set stage. You don't have to really move or flash, like you just have to dodge the enemies, right? So I'm going to give you guys an example of Guild Quest back in the day. This is a Guild Quest run of mine. Of course, I don't have my audio on, like I could, but yeah, I was talking. This was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago. So yeah, it was you know, a lot has definitely changed. Yeah, man, Guild Quest was different. It was actually more skill based. There were different modifiers every single week. It wasn't this lazy ass shit that we have now where it's like, oh yeah, every week, you know, you have the full schedule right in front of you every day. But this was the old Guild Quest. It actually took skill. And then at some point, at the earlier points in Guild Quest, you could not reset your run. So if you got hit during Guild Quest, that was it. That was your whole entire run. You know, it was just going to be a bad run. And even looking at this, it shocked me badly because, like, at this time we were only getting like 3 rewards. There's only like 3 drops. So you might be lucky to get 2 orbs in a day. Like, not 2 orbs, 2 orbs, 2 orbs, 2 orbs. Like, no, there was only 2 spins in Guild Quest. So it was a lot different as far as the rewards. Now, I will say, I do like this Guild Quest better because it was more skill based. That made it so that you definitely had to have skill. You had to go into it with the plan. That was when people like me, Cool, Coachy, you know, OP, you know, OP Wild, like all them boys, you know, we would do Guild Quest runs and we would literally plan out the entire run for everybody. Everybody in your guild would post it in the guild server, and you know, you would have to figure out like, oh, okay, who can I run? Then after a certain point, you know, and this was before Transcendence. I will say that for sure though, dupes of your main runner were amazing. Like, my soy phone was pretty much always 3 of 5, and then I got her 5 of 5. So I actually had a 5 of 5 soy phone for the most part of Guild Quest, and that allowed me to get some really, really crazy scores back in the day. I was actually like, at a point, I was like top 10 in the world for you know, fastest Guild Quest time. Damn, that's a soul bomb, son. But yeah, man, so Guild Quest changes. You guys make sure you let me know what you think about the Guild Quest changes, because like, it's definitely drastically quicker. Like, this was an okay run at 1:19. You can clear Guild Quest now in like 3 seconds. Like, it's busted. Obviously, Transcendence, you know, if Transcendence was out back then, dude, like, really, TLA Soy Phone would just be every single Guild Quest. Because there's no character as fast as her. Maybe Hikone in some instances. You know, if he had Killer and, you know, it was a lot of power enemies or something. But, yeah, man, other than that, like I said, that's essentially, that's what Guild Quest used to look like, you know? A lot more competitive. It really was. It was a lot more competitive, a lot more skill-based. And it was fun. I mean, you know, that's where you could really separate the man from the boys, you know, as far as in Bleach Brave Souls. So, yeah, make sure you guys let me know what, if you've never seen that kind of Guild Quest. Make sure you let me know what you would think about that. It'll be interesting to see. Also, back in the day, we had frenzy characters. And you're like, oh, D, every character gets frenzy these days, right? No, like, I mean these frenzy characters, like actual frenzy events. These were literally called frenzy characters. Frenzy Otoichi, Frenzy Chad, Frenzy Byakuya, like, they were literally characters, and they came out. All these 3 characters at the bottom are all frenzy characters, which back in the day, these were the only characters that had double links. No one else had double links. No one. So you could only get them from frenzy characters. They released one a month, and they released an event with them as well. So there was like, it was like an extra like 80 orbs from the event. You had an extra 4-star character. You had co-op orders. And you could actually do the frenzy quest in co-op. Whereas right now, since they've cleaned up the whole co-op directory, you can't do this. You have to do a single player. Which, it being co-op back in the day, that would allow you to essentially join other people's quest and not have to use your tickets. But yeah, so I have people that ask me like, D, is it worth it to farm the frenzy stuff? Like, it's just so many soul tickets. Oh my god, it just feels like such a waste. Dude, you're getting orbs, and you're getting some of the best links in the game. Not all of them are really good links. There's Byakuya's strong attack recharge, strong attack damage, as well as the Yoruichi. Yeah, as well as the Yoruichi. And there's some really good links, like the Chad one is really good, Last Ditch and DR. I actually still use him in PvP right now. Very, very good link for PvP. But yeah, man, that was a really, really big thing. They don't do frenzy characters because they started resurrecting characters, giving them double links, and then charging us for the packs. So instead of giving us free orbs every month with the new with the new frenzy character, 5-star and 6-star, a 4-star character from the event, and about 80 orbs from the stages, you got about 20 to 25 orbs from orders. So yeah, man, if you think about it, every single month, that's a lot of orbs that we're missing out on. And we just had this same basic bitch ass thing where, oh yeah, we get a point event every 2 weeks, and that's pretty much it. Like, now we get epic raids, yes, but that's, like I said, that's like once a month. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the events were way better back in the day. Like, for instance, the extreme events that we have now, like, these used to come out in the game just monthly or bi-monthly. Like, these visor attack, like the spotter challenges and all this stuff. This stuff, boss army, night mode. Yeah, boss rush. Like, these used to come monthly. Like, we would get a new boss rush monthly, you know. It wouldn't be like they just gave it to us once and we never got it again. So this was once again orbs, you know. So it's like, I don't know, man. I definitely miss how some of the old events used to be. I think events did used to be better. But yeah, that's one of the main things I would say was actually better back in the day. Also, a change that back in the day we were begging for some way to make it happen. And of course, K-Lab did it. They found a way to monetize it and make it better. Link slot potion characters. This was a major thing to the game. It gives K-Lab something to have us hunt, to have us search. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. Link slot characters, link slot up characters as well. And probably the biggest change that's keeping K-Lab's pockets fat is Transcendence. If it wasn't for Transcendence, people would only feel the need to go for one unit. There was never, ever, ever any need in going for dupes. Ever. Unless you just really love that character. Like, I always knew that my adult Toshiro, I was going to plan to get him as powerful as I could. I promise you that was my goal when I first started playing. Before he was out, before 1000 Year Blood War was announced, I said I was going to get this character as powerful as I could. And dupes were good, but only with SP characters, because your Soul Bomb did twice the damage. So yeah, so in things like Guild Quest and Extreme Co-op, having dupes was always good back in the day, but you didn't get a direct power from having dupes like you do now. Like I said, this is what's keeping K-Lab's pockets fat, and Transcendence is actually really, really, helping the game along, because it's giving people stuff to spend their orbs on every single month. Whether it's your favorite character and every time they come out, you're just trying to get 1 or 2 dupes, or when they first come out, you go for 5 of 5. That's what happened with me in the Burn the Witch banner. If I wasn't going for Noel dupes, I would still have probably about 3K orbs right now. I'll probably have like 2K orbs right now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and end the video here. Make sure you guys let me know what changes you think were majorly impactful for Bleach Brave Souls. What do you think were good changes? What do you think were bad changes? And yeah, man, if you guys want, we'll have another part of this. If you guys let me know some stuff, and I'll just pay attention to the feedback. But until next time, Private Nation, I do love y'all. I'm out.